so we're going to show you how to put a position fix on, and we do a position fix to verify our GPS. So we need to get our data from something that's independent, so taking a bearing and using a radar screen. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that and how to put it into the ECDIS. So how to put a fix on, tools, it isn't position fix, it's position line. Okay, I'm just going to clear all of that. So I can either put 2 points or I can put 3 points in, and it seems to work better doing 3 points. So I'm going to take a bearing of this lighthouse here because I think it'll be quite prominent. So I'm going to do new bearing. I'm going to type it in here. So I'll show you how to do this because we don't have a gyro repeater. We're going to have to take it using the simulation. So if you go to binocular, then you get a direction and you get effectively your azimuth repeater. So I'm going to come round and I'm going to look for the lighthouse. Okay, so I think that's the lighthouse. I might have to look for the description of it in the Admiralty list of lights, but that will do. And then I'm going to press this button. That gives me the crosshairs, and the crosshairs gives me the direction, and I can zoom in. So there's the lighthouse. Just move it up slightly with these buttons. Oh, there we go. So the lighthouse is bearing 22.9. Okay, so now I can put that in. Right, okay, so that's my bearing. Now I've got to get the cursor and I've got to zoom in, and I've taken a bearing of this lighthouse, so I've got to zoom right in, and I'm looking for the tiny little circle at the base of the object, and I click on that, and that's put my bearing line on. Okay, so that's one position line, but I need a minimum of 2, and I'm going to try and put in 3. So I'll put a range in to show you how to do that. So new range. So to get a range, I'm going to use the radar. So we've got to look for a shape, a piece of land that's nice and clear there and nice and clear here. So fish point, which is this edge here, is really clear. It's really clear on the radar, and it's not a drying height or anything. So I can decrease the range to zoom in. And then I'm going to use a VRM, which is a variable range marker. That's this blue circle, and I'm going to zoom in till it's lying on the edge of the headland. So it's lying just there, just on the edge there. I've got to zoom in one more. There we go. Yeah, so that's just touching the edge there. And then if I look up here, it tells me the measurement, so 0.87. So that's the range to fish point, which is there. So I'm going to put it in 0.87. Then I've got get cursor, and I've got to click where I want it to go. And now we can see the circle range that's there. And then because I'm doing 3 points, I need one more object to take a bearing off. So I will take another range off the radar. I can see this indent, this bay painting quite well. So I'll take this edge here. So I'm going to do new range. I'm going to come up here, and it's that point there. So I'll move my VRM out and measure it. Okay, 1.16. Okay, so I'll put 1.16 in. Okay, get cursor, and it was up there. Is that up there? There somewhere. Okay. I think I've misidentified that, talking while I'm doing it, because it's pretty far out. But it might be because that's a drying height. So I'll redo that one, because that one wasn't very good and it wasn't tying in with the bearing, and I'm certain we've got that. Let's take a bearing of this light up here. That will be clearer. So let's put a new bearing in instead. show you how to do that. So I'm going to come right round, to sure that's on the chart, through the entrance, and I think that's the North Cardinal. Go, those are the leading lights. This is probably really boring for you to watch, and I think it's that up there. That water tower there. So I'll take the bearing of the water tower is 335. So I'll put the bearing in, 335. Get cursor, 335 up there, good. Okay, and that's tying in, that's good. Okay, define position fix, and that puts my fix. So that is where my fix has come in. So when it does define fix, the ECDIS looks at all the possible fixed positions, and it chooses the one that it thinks is most appropriate. Okay, we can, in tools, position fix, we can put different types of fix in, like astronomical. If you put a new astronomical fix in, all you can do is put your latitude and your longitude in, type them in. Okay, there's no way of it calculating, say, a celestial fix. Okay, and these are the types that you can put in if you're taking from another piece of equipment.